Hello guys, this is Silva here again. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys another powerful volatility index strategy that you can use to scalp the market. Alright, so this is a VIP strategy, but I'll be giving it out for free. Alright, now I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to trade with this strategy. Then after that, I'll be explaining how to set it up. Okay, so make sure you watch the video to the end. Make sure not to skip any part of this video because they are vital information you don't want to miss. All right, now this is how you trade with the strategy. First of all, you are going to observe the indicator window right here. Now you see these two indicators, the red and the green line here. First of all, they need to get to the oversold level, which is our 15 level right here. All right, you need to see that the line here is being touched by the red and the blue, the red and the green line here. All right, so now once you see this, once you get this confirmation, you wait for the crossing, all right, of the red. Right, this red line here needs to cross above the green line. You need to see a crossing, all right, which is indicating a buy signal. All right, now you can see this is a buy example, right? This is a buy example, so take note of that. Now once you have get this crossing above, the next thing you should observe is the main chart. All right, now you can see here on the main chart we have also two indicators, which is the black and the blue line. All right, now this is what you are to observe. All right, you want to see that price here, all right, has breaking above the black and the blue line towards the upside. All right, now immediately it breaks above, you want to start observing the market. All right, what you do is that you wait for a retest. All right, you wait for a retest back to this line here. All right, the retest must touch the black or the blue line. All right, so once you get the retest, what you do is that you mark the most recent structure the market made. All right, now if it's going for retest, you have to mark the wick of the candle. All right, the wick of the candle is where you have to mark. All right, then you wait for price to come back to break above it towards the upside before you take your entry. Right, so let's say this is the candle, this is the area where it broke above our red and black line. All right, so it went up and then it came back for retest. You are going to mark this area here. All right, so once you mark this area, you wait for price to go and break above it again. Right, you want to see that price has breaking above. You want to see a candlestick breaks and then close above this structure here. Right, the candlestick must close above it. The body of the candlestick must be the one to close above this structure before you think of taking an entry. All right, let me go again one more time. First of all, you want to see that this two line here gets to the 15 level, and then you want to see the red above, crossing above the green line. Then also on the main chart, you want to see that the indicator, you want to see that the candlestick here, price has broken above our black and blue line, come back for retest. All right, when it's coming back for retest, you mark the structure. All right, you mark the tip of the candlestick, all right, of that structure. All right, so when you mark it, you wait for price to come back there, break above that structure, and then close above it with the candlestick. All right, the candlestick must close above this structure. That's when you know that your condition, has been fully met. And what you do immediately, you see that the candlestick has closed, you go in for a buy. All right, so for example, we are to take our buy from this area here. You took your buy from this candlestick here that closed above that structure, and then the right place you have to place your stop loss, all right, is below that structure, below the structure here of that candlestick. All right, that close above it is where you place your stop loss. And then the TP area is you target 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. All right, is that you use 1 to 2 or you use 1 to 3, 1 to 4. All right, but the recommended one is 1 to 2. That is where your TP will always get to quickly, and that's how you do it using the risk to reward ratio. Or you can use the indicator here to target for your TP area. All right, which is this red line here touching the 85 level. All right, so when this indicator here gets to the 85 level, you exit. All right, that's if you want to use the indicator as your TP. All right, if you want to use the overbought level as your TP. All right, so as you can see, immediately price immediately price closed above it, came back for it, a little bit of retest again, and then went back. All right, so if your stop loss is too big, all right, according to the strategy, if the stop loss is too big, you can reduce it to this area here, which is a little bit above the blue moving average here. Right, it can also serve as your stop loss. This area is also a good area for your stop loss. Right, but the recommended and the safest place is below the most recent structure of the market. All right, so take note of that. Now that's one example. Now let's see another example again. And for the sell example, you can see that our indicator has gotten to the oversold. You can see that our indicator has gotten to the overbought level. All right, now the next thing you want to wait for is the crossing of the red below the green line here, and also you want to see that price here has broken below our black and the blue line also, then it has gone back for retest. All right, now this is the appropriate area you take your buy from in this case. So you can see that it has broken and then closed below it, so you take your buy around this area. Now you wait for a candlestick to come back. All right, after going for the retest, you want to see that this candlestick here come back, close above that structure. All right, so once you see this close, you take your buy from this area. You take your buy from this area here, and then your stop loss is supposed to be below that structure there. All right, below the most recent structure. Now the candlestick that close above it, the structure of that candlestick is where you place your stop loss. All right, that's the safest place, or you can place it here. All right, but this area here is the safest, like I earlier explained. Right, and then you target ×2 of that risk. All right, you target ×2 of that, or you can use this indicator here as your TP, which is allowing this indicator to get to the oversold level, which is our 15 level, before you exit. All right, so as you can see in this case, this is another win trade again. All right, so you can see price came back, went back. You can see this zigzag here. Price played around a little bit here, but it eventually went to our TP. All right, so you can see. So that's how you trade with this strategy. All right, that's how you trade. You can see here is another example again. You want to see price break above the black and same time above the blue line, come back for retest. You mark the recent structure. All right, so you mark it like this. Now you want to see that price will come back, break a candlestick above it. All right, the candlestick needs to close above that structure. You place your buy immediately you see the candlestick close, and then your stop loss is below that structure, the most recent structure the market made, which is now the candlestick that closed above it, the structure of it, that's where you place your stop loss. All right, so at this area, this is where the stop loss is supposed to be. All right, around this place, and then you target ×2 of that. Right, target ×2 of your stop loss. All right, or you use this indicator here, this red line here. Right, you wait for it to get to the overbought level, and then you exit the market. All right, so that's how it is. Okay, so you can see this is where it touches it, and you can see this is another win trade. All right, so you can see since then price has been going up. All right, so that's how simple the strategy is. All right, so what I want you guys to do is to back test it. All right, don't take my words for it. I'm not the market maker. All right, so make sure you put in the work by yourself, back test it, and you have confirmed that this strategy is working for you perfectly before you go in with your hard-earned money. Okay, so in this case, I have only back tested this strategy using the volatility 75. All right, I have not tested it on other volatilities. All right, so you can put in the work yourself to test it out. But as for volatility 75 index, I'm very sure that the strategy works very well with volatility 75 index. Okay, so that's what you need to know. All right, so I think that's going to be all. I don't want the video to be too long. With these 3 examples, I think you understand how to trade with the strategy. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly share with you guys the indicator setup now. So before I share that, I want to quickly remind you guys about the powerful boom and crash strategy for growing as little as a $5 account. For those of you who trade boom and crash, right, there is a VIP strategy for growing as little as a $5 account, and even a beginner can use this strategy to grow their account. Okay, so for those of you who are interested, you check the description of this video. You are going to see my WhatsApp contact there. Make sure to message me and we'll discuss on how you get this strategy. Okay, so that's that about that. All right, so for the strategy, let me share these indicators quickly with you guys. So you click on this F icon, After clicking on that, you can see that we have two moving average here. All right, so for the first one, you click on the main window plus icon, then you search for your moving average. So these are the properties for this one. The period is 21, shift is 0, method is exponential, apply to is close, the level you leave it as it is, time frame is all time frame, the style you make it color black, 3 pixel, you click on done. Right, that's that for that. Now the next indicator we have here is still a moving average, right? So you click on the main window plus icon again, you search for your moving average. So the period for this one is 30, shift is 0, method is simple, apply to its previous indicators data. All right, previous indicators data, the last one here. Now on the level you leave it as it is, time frame is all time frame, the style you make it color blue, 3 pixel, you click on done. The next indicator we have here is the stochastic oscillator. All right, so you click on the main window plus icon again, you search for your stochastic oscillator. These are the properties. You make everything here 1. All right, the price viewed is low high, method is simple, the levels you make it 85 and 15. Right, the color is red, 3 pixel, you click on done. The time frame you leave it as it is. The style you are going to make the main here the color of your background 1 pixel. The signal you make it the color of your background 1 pixel also, and then you click on done. The stochastic oscillator will be added, and then this indicator window one here will be formed. All right, so for you to add the alligator now, you have to click on the indicator window one plus icon here, and then you search for your alligator. All right, so for the alligator you need to be very careful with the settings. All right, so make sure everything here aligns accordingly. Right, you can see the jazz period is 9 here, the teeth period is 8 here, lips period is 15, jazz shift is 3, teeth shift is 2, lips shift is 3. All right, the method is exponential, the apply to is medium price. All right, time frame is all time frame. Now under the style, the jazz you make it the color of your background 1 pixel, the teeth is color red 3 pixel, the lips you make it color green 3 pixel, and then you click on done. So once you have set everything correctly, as I've just explained, you are going to have a screen like this one. All right, so this is the strategy. All right, this is how to set it up. So before I go quickly, I want to quickly remind you guys, for those of you who have not yet joined my Telegram channel, the link is in the description of this video. And those of you watching from TikTok, you can check the bio, my link is there. And if you click on the link on my bio, all right, those of you are on TikTok and it refuses to go through, all right, what you should do is that you copy the link, paste it on your browser, and then you click on it, it will go from there. Okay, so that's it guys, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you.